It was good with the collective. Y'all know we back with another banger, another reaction. I appreciate everybody who been tapping in, running up and subbing up. If you new to the channel, please like, comment, subscribe. Hit that bell so you always notified whenever we drop an upload. Y'all know we coming with about 4 videos a week, man. And this is for entertainment purposes as well. And when you like and comment and subscribe to the channel, it helps the collective grow, helps the collective get bigger, helps more people who like this type of content tap in with this content. But I ain't gonna hold you, man. Let's get right into the video, man. Let's go.
Is anybody else suffering internet issues? Is it just me? But there's like a lag going on throughout the internet's everywhere. Am I the only one experiencing this? I am on the East Coast in Jersey, and it's lagging for no reason. Anyone else going through this? Please, if you are, comment, state you're in. Let's see what the is going on. See if this is a pattern. If the pattern is pattern. Peace to God.
Hey, real fast, I had a dream about last week. It's off topic, but it kind of feed into what he talking about. And all I can remember is the National Guard was all down the street. And I'm trying to get the whole family together. Like, I'm trying to get all my immediate, like, everybody. I'm like, hey, yo, I know what to do. I know where to go. We about to get up out of here. And it's like, I'm freaking out, but I'm keeping it calm, and my family going crazy. And National Guard was all in the street, and they was guiding people a certain direction. And all I could think of was I was trying to get the family to get everybody grab at least something we can get for food. Make sure we got something for protection, and I was trying to make sure I had $200 in ones so that I could go ahead and bargain, since, you know, money at that point, ATMs, credit cards, debit cards, none of that's gonna work. So I was like, you can't Apple Pay nobody, you can't Cash App nobody, Venmo, none of that. So I was like, let me get the cash, I need the cash, and I was freaking out. And that's all I remember was seeing the street and seeing the National Guard. And the whole, at that time I knew what was going down. The world was over with. When we knew it right now, it was over. And then I woke up. Well, I didn't wake up, but it went to probably another dream. But it was like a split second. That's all I can remember in the dream. And then that kind of reminded me of what he says, like, internet lagging, because the internet is lagging. There's times I'm trying to save all these compilations, and like, it'll hit save, right? And they show you the percentage, and then it'll be like 50%. And then it'll just stop. And then I gotta take my Wi-Fi off, turn it off in order for it to save. Or sometimes I gotta hit cancel, turn the Wi-Fi off, and then resave it again. Internet been tripping lately. A lot of y'all been saying y'all internet been just connection issues going down. I told y'all I'll be meditating and it go down. We had a subscriber, and he did a video, and we reacted to that previously in the last video, and he even said his internet tripping. So it's like, hey, y'all spam it up again. Let me know if y'all internet's still tripping. He in Jersey, I'm in Cali. So that's why I'm like, yo, something going down. Maybe we're using too much of the power grid. I don't know. First clip, Texas. Y'all need to start letting me know something. Collective, all my collective members out there in Texas, why y'all ain't tell me y'all have fires, bro? I just learned that yesterday. What's today's date? The 5th. I learned that on the 4th, bro. Man, come on. Hey, it's going down in Texas. Them birds feeling something though. They feeling something though.
Okay, so recently I just saw this video with Alice Collier. I'm gonna play the clip. I want you guys to watch this. Now, this is talking about some very intense information. Let me just put it that way. So, there's a lot of things going on. Let me put it this way, that is definitely a little disturbing. So watch this, leave your comments, let me know what you think.
That they were consuming humanity, and that they preferred children because they weren't spoiled or they weren't poisoned, and their bodies were very vibrant because they were young. They would take these kids underground and they would torture them. They would absolutely freak them out, scare them to death, and they would scare them over long periods of time, to the point where they would not allow them to sleep. And if they had passed out, they would wake them up, and they would continue to torture. They would bring them literally to moments of death where their hearts were just going to explode and stop. And it would be at that particular point that they would consume them. And they would start with their liver and their organs from here down. When we go to Dulce, and I'm going to bring Dulce into this, there were vats, big vats of what looked like blood that had body parts in it. And what the Tao, which we call the Greys, which Elena's people refer to as the Nabu, they would put their hand in these vats and they would take the fluid and they would put it on their arms and their bodies, and then their bodies would absorb the fluid. And this is blood. This was human blood of people who had been tortured and chopped up, etc. This consumption of humanity has gone back thousands of years, but it was never done in front of humanity. It was always done in secret, because we had to be unsuspecting in order for them to farm us. And that's basically what they were doing. Many of the reptilian races, especially those underground, were farming us.
Okay, so you heard what he just said. I'm not going to say much about it. I'm going to let you leave your comments. Let me know what you think. It does describe some situations I think that's going on right now that it would be possible. Let me say this is for entertainment purposes. Nobody's saying that this is in stone. You make up your own minds. Tell me what you think in the comments.
To keep us unsuspected, right? To keep farming us. They got to give us distractions, right? That's why they want us to choose so much between Biden, Trump, Obama, Trump, Bush, Reagan. That's why they got us battling with each other, red and blue. Y'all get what I mean? And I ain't talking about my community with the red and blue. I'm talking about, I don't want to say too much because we're trying to fit YouTube's guidelines. But that's why they give us choices, and you choose this or you choose that. They stand for this, they stand for that. Choose. Why you choosing? That's what they doing on the back end. And that's why I can't trust none of them, because I don't know who with who. And until I can, then I trust you. But if I can't figure it out, and I think, like I said, as long as I know for a fact when they tell us to choose and the person that they gonna select, not elect, that's when I start saying, I don't trust them. I don't trust them. None of them. I don't feel like none of them is playing a role for us or helping us or gonna help us or trying to help us. I don't feel like that's the case. None of them have. Not to the point of where we need the help. This type of information is the type of stuff we need. And until one of them drops some real gems, I'm not hearing nothing. You gotta come full direct for me to be like, yeah, he on our side. He on our side, man. Because if you sugarcoating something, not even sugarcoating it, because sometimes you might have to finesse the system, but if you over here worried about all the other little smallest minor things, I'm not hearing you. You ain't on our side. He coming like this man just gave all that information, he on our side. So I feel like they give us distractions to keep us from coming together so that they can't farm us. It's my opinion, man. Spam it up what you feel.
I'm gonna need backup. We got some kind of unknown creature. Or someone's playing pranks. I ain't paid enough for this shit. Call a sergeant in. You know what? I don't get paid enough for this shit. You guys need to call animal control. I deal with people. Come out. Yeah, you guys need to call animal control. I don't get paid enough for this.
Just after when Heath Ledger died, he played the Joker in Batman. He died on January the 22nd, which is interesting because the number 22 is in sync with the Joker card in the tarot card deck.
You're suggesting that basically the Batman movies has got some kind of ritual magic involved?
Absolutely, yes.
Why was he murdered? What did he...
His real father wasn't the father that is shown to the public. His real father was a very famous actor. He did a lot of theater in the 50s and 60s, I forget his name.
Why is it necessary to have a different father than your real
Well, they often will take...
in the public domain?
Because they don't want any association, and they like to try experiments. A lot of it is lab rat stuff to test out.
You don't walk towards the light. Listen. The sun rises in the east. So remember, you're supposed to go west to east. You go towards the darkness. If you go towards the light of the sun, you're coming back. So if you walk towards the light, you're walking back. The earth gods have the template of your ancestors. So you'll see your grandpa, your grandma, come on, nigga, come down the tunnel to the light. That's the wrong pathway. You go to the North Star. Once you're at the North Star, you want to go down the west side. That's towards the darkness. I went towards the darkness, and then I found the entryway to the Dwight, which is a golden small light.
He dropping the gems. Everybody gonna choose what they please. Y'all know what I'm doing. Oh, we see the light that way? Oh, we gotta go that way. We gotta go that way. We gotta go that way. And then we gotta say, I'm coming home. I wish to go home. I wanna go home. Send me home, man. Don't bring me back to Earth. But that clip before that, I still can't, it still doesn't, it plays a trick on my mind, man. It plays a trick on my mind. I'm like, yo, how they just sit that down like that and get up and move around? That's crazy. You seen the arm moving with the was that a cup or a bucket or something? A small bucket? Man, it's a crazy but interesting time we in and plane we live on, in my opinion.
I'm gonna show you guys a person that can get you that. His name is Robert Phillips, and that's his tag. He goes live every day. Every day. His following should be bigger than it is. I'm pretty sure that they banned his last account, and this is them doing it again. When he speaks, he is a spiritual teacher. I listen to his lives every day. But when you can put science and have it connect with spirituality, you're on something. It is a continuance of affirmation that you are on the right path. It is the evidence to support the claim behind what you believe. And let me tell you, once you become aware, once you see, you cannot unsee. A lot of people come in my lives seeking spiritual wisdom, speaking, things. Let me say, shit he speaks on, there's levels to this shit. There is levels to this shit. I'm more of on the teaching on how to become a better version of yourself and provoke thought. This man connects the science to the spirituality, to the molecule. You understand? Hence why he can create the substance that our brain creates on its own. Every living being creates on its own. Every plant life creates on its own. And if you want to, go down that path, again, I'll follow this man. I would do what you do best. And teach his own. Peace to the gods.
You want to hang out with off tonight?
What's wrong with that?
Nothing. But you only want to do it when you're down and out. Like a Ruben party, won't invite it. Trade 21 Savage. You're doing all that when you're feeling good. But every time you get down and out, where you got to come back to? Come on up. Come on, nephew. He'll be right here.
Unc, stop.
I told you about this shit.
What?
Hey, did Charleston White just have Jay Prince with him? Is that Jay Prince? I didn't know they kick it if that's the case. That's wild. But the way Aiden just said that was like, bro, what? Chill out. Chill out, bro. With all due respect, I don't move like that, so don't give me those, don't do that to me, bro. Like, just give me a little bit more respect than that. You gotta give me a little bit more respect than that, cause it's like, come on, bro. If I was like that, then yeah, do that, but I'm not like that, so don't do that. Like, Charleston White's like, bro, I told you about that. Charleston White used to get on my nerves, but he got times where he still get on my nerves, but I also know he just one of the OGs. Like, I know OGs like that all the time. They say crazy stuff. They don't really care how if they offend you or nothing. It's like, I'm an OG, you better listen. You a little homie still, you gotta listen to me. It's like, yeah, how your parent would do you. So I'm familiar with OGs like him, but I know how to tune him out. So I know when he's saying something crazy, I'd be like, bro, tune this old man out. Tune him out. When he's saying something positive, I'll be like, okay, I can hear you out, bro. I can hear you out. I can hear you out. But Aiden Ross, how y'all feel about him? He parting people or not?
You family. You are victorious. Your life has been hard as hell, man. You done been through abusive relationships. You done been through a whole lot of type of abuse. Physically, mentally, spiritually, and emotionally. Not just in relationships, but in family members too. You have been counted out since you was a child, man. You have been through so much in your life, and it's like now you starting to see that you never deserved none of that shit. But that's what I'm telling you. You're no longer a victim. You are a victor. You are victorious. You are victorious, man. People don't want to give you your flowers, but I'm gonna give you your flowers. I'm gonna let you know that I see you out there. You are strong, family. You've been strong.
Oscar Blue for Real America's Voice to Use. Breaking news for everybody. The migrant camp that is better known as San Vicente outside of the Providence of Darien. This is steps away from where the migrants are coming out of the Darien Gap, the most dangerous place for migrants, has been burned down by migrants as it was last night by around 250 migrants who they started rioting and attacking ultimately the authorities of the Service National of Borders, that is Centerfront of Panama. The statement from the Centerfront authorities are saying that there was an altercation between two couples that escalated into 250 migrants rioting and basically vandalizing the whole installations, burning it down. These installations were the ones that we were just a few days ago documenting and bringing you guys the reality of what was happening inside of these migrant camps. Apparently, there has been 44 arrests of these 250 individuals who burned this shelter down and ultimately has completely, destroyed evidence on the database that they had inside of the installations of the Service National Immigration and also of the Centerfront authorities. This installation was valued in more than $3 million, that it was paid by the Panamanian taxpayer and also by international organizations. Not only they burned the installations where they were living, where they had bunk beds, they had mattresses, and all the amenities that they need to survive. It was the most high qualified migrant camp out of all that they're coming out of the Darien Gap, that it was qualified, and they had, great installations for them to continue their journey as they were moving forward. But also they burned the database and they burned everything that it was inside of the migrant camp. This is the statement. In the early hours, a dispute occurred between two irregular migrant women over a tent. Their partners got involved, leading to a altercation fight among different groups present. The National Border Service units addressed the situation, but around 250 other migrants opposed them, prompting an increased deployment to safeguard third-party lives. These acts of violence caused severe damage to the shelter, including the destruction of official and civilian vehicles, at least 10 incinerated modular units, and the Border Service Immigration Personnel Modular and Operations Center. So far, 44 irregular migrants involved in these vandalistic acts have been identified, detained, and they are under investigation and prosecution by the Minister of Security for property damages.
Yeah, right. That wasn't no riot between the immigrants. That was planned and staged. Bro, really? I could see that being a tactic to take something from them to make them come try to take from us. And another thing I'm gonna say, reason why we shouldn't be afraid of the immigrants, they don't know our streets like we know our streets. So they could get here in the year 2023 and they could plan to do something in 2025. I'm just hypothetically speaking, just giving examples. They ain't gonna be able, that's 2 years they've been here, so they gonna know the streets, but they ain't gonna know our cities like we know our cities. They not gonna know, man, I mean, in my opinion, as far as on that level, but that's not saying we not gonna be unprepared, because just because we know the streets don't mean we fully prepared. Like, that's just something that gives us an advantage. The fact that we know this area that we live in, if we're from there or if we've been there since a child, they don't know that stuff like that. They don't. But as far as them being a little bit more prepared, maybe. But I don't know. I just see also it being a fear tactic that the higher ups is using. They know we see this stuff with the borders. They know we see it. They want us to see it. But then again, I also be like, I could be wrong. I could be way, 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 way off. But I don't know. I just think that's something we shouldn't be so afraid of. I mean, it is something to be cautious of, but that's not something to be so afraid of. But I feel like in this sense, I don't think them immigrants did that. I think the higher ups did that. They taking that from them, and they're gonna cause them to come try to take more from us, or cause ruckus with us. Who knows? That might have been where the home invasions came in from. I don't know. Y'all seen that past video with the home invasions in Texas or something? I don't know, man. It's a lot of weird stuff going on.
In a tub, just a few feet away, and you're having the party anyway. Shaka Khan was angry. Brandy was distraught, and that was weird. Because why the hell did Ray J leave just before the drug dealer showed up?
We know. Did Ray J have something to do with that? Come on now, he was the last person with him. Let's just. All I'm
gonna say is, everybody knew he was in that hotel with Whitney. A phone call was made to a drug dealer, even though Whitney had just gotten out of rehab. Ray J left, the drug dealer came in. The next person that come in is Brandy, and she find Brandy dead. And Clive says, Whitney would have wanted us to party on anyway. You must be out of your...
Wow.
They were rolling the dead body out of the fucking hotel and celebrating. I'm never going to be okay with the fact that Clive Davis had a meeting with that godson of Whitney's that was married to Bobby Christina a week before she died in the tub the same way her mama did. That's just too much of a coincidence to me. I swear to God, if I hear another Hollywood story about somebody getting a hot shot,
it's sad.
You know what? After hearing that, yeah, fuck it. The fuck of the devil, Clive Davis. The last person to know everything that would have been in that tell-all book that Whitney was writing about Clive. Wow. She was done singing. She didn't want to have to tour no more. She was going to write a book, do a movie.
Wait a minute. Kim Porter was writing a tell-all too, and now she got, why everybody down when they finna write a tell-all?
I guess there's some things people don't want told.
Simple. That's rules to life.
The very fact that this was allowed to take place on a train, granted, people got up, but the fact that nobody even sought to stop it or say anything about Jesus, it shows the condition of America. People complain about whenever we preach in public. However, people are okay with this. Plus, it's a fire hazard. If the train goes like that, the candle falls in flames. Interesting Bible fact. Anytime before God judged a nation in Scripture, that nation became comfortable with demonic worship. And America seems comfortable with demonic worship. Christians, we need to stand up, and we need to stand up quickly, because that's what's trying to take over America. Follow for more.
Trying to take over America. It's already all over the world. What is he? I get it, man. I get it. But it's just like, come on, bro. How I see it, like I said, what I learned. When I started this channel, did I know that it was gonna be called The Collective? Did I know that it was gonna go where it's going? No. I already watched a lot of these videos, and I felt like a lot of these videos was missing something. Something that I felt like I could give. I gave it. A lot of y'all tell me y'all love what y'all get in these videos when I'm reacting to them. So, again, if you following your path, you're gonna attract others that's supposed to be there. You're gonna attract what's supposed to come. But the evil gonna always be there. It's the good and the bad, and you gotta know when the evil's there and how to get around it and how to get through it. Let it be sitting on the train. I'm getting off the train. Again, this is free will, but I get what he's saying, like we gotta tool up. But it's just like how he kind of came off. I was like, hold on, bro, it's everywhere though. Don't just say it's only in America. It's all over the world. It's everywhere you look, man. And that's the test. That's the test. Is you gonna choose good or is you gonna choose bad? It's literally that simple. Good or bad. Bad gonna be around you a little, sometimes more than the good is. That's just the way it works. It's easier to tear something down than it is to build it. It's easier to give up than it is to keep going. It's easy to be told yes, but it's hard to be told no. That's just how it works, and that's how I view life. That's how I view life. It's either good or bad. It's either hard or simple. Sometimes the simple ain't the best option. Most of the time it's the hard that's the best option. That's just how it goes, man. But I mean, I get them. And fire hazard for sure. But as far as like somebody going up there and preaching something, that's like, no. You don't go up to somebody and tell them exactly what you believe because they're doing something you disagree with. That's not how you do it. Like me, I let that person learn through experience, especially if they sounding like that on the train. My only thing would be I'm gonna go over there and be like, hey bro, you didn't think you could do that somewhere else? And I think you're doing this for clout right now. And I think that's when we're gonna get into a squabble. Just off because of the fact that you're doing that around me, making me uncomfortable. Not that I'm gonna preach what I believe. I'm not even gonna say, hey bro, I believe in this. Nah, can you just not do that around me? And can you put that fire out, please? Can you move around? Cause you over here praying or something, you make me mad, then you don't really have to deal with something. Like, if you get what I'm getting at. So that's why I'm like, the way other dudes coming off, I get it, but I probably wouldn't have came like that, and I probably wouldn't have said none of that stuff he said. I'm getting straight to it, bro. We gonna have to catch a squabble. I'm uncomfortable now. You in my space. We probably about to catch a case.
And look, another one. All day this is happening. All day. All day. I was in the bathroom taking a shit and I caught the end of it. There was another 3 that just went by. What? What's going on? Why is there so much military helicopters and planes moving around us? Message.
When you truly understand that abundance is a universal law of nature, and Ifra guarantees us abundance, there is less need for wasted emotions like envy and jealousy and all that stuff, even greed. Because when you understand that scarcity and lack are not the normal state of affairs, Why are you going to be envious or jealous of what someone else has? Because you know you can get yours. These conditions, these wasted emotions, these actions are as a result of us taking in and believing the idea that this is a world full of scarcity and lack, where only a tiny percentage of people can have their needs met. The more you believe that, the more likely you are to be envious, jealous, and to be greedy. If I be well, DM me for a spiritual consultation or coaching, and go check out the store at nigeriazan.co.
Told y'all about the military helicopters. We saw that in a previous video. I told y'all then, and I said we had a video coming where somebody else saw the military helicopter, and that's the same helicopter I had saw. But when I saw it, it was something in the sky, and I'm like, I always look up. That's my uncle always say. My uncle always say, everybody looking down, or everybody looking at their hands, at their phone. Everybody focused on what's on the eye level. And my uncle always be like, man, just look up. Just take some time to just look up. Take some time to listen to the trees blow. Take some time to listen to the rain. Like, he always tell me that. Take some time just to go to the park that's not around something that's man-made and be around something that's made by God or the universe or nature. Just get around it. And that's what I always do. I take time to look up. So I look up this day and I see something in the sky and I'm like, that don't look normal. Like, cause we don't really see military planes flying like that. And then you get closer, I'm like, bro, that's a military plane. And I'm trying to figure out why, but I'm like, maybe it's just passing by. But what caught my attention was when I seen the video we saw in the past video, and then I came across this one, and I remember what I saw. And y'all spam it up if y'all keep seeing them type of planes. Again, he's in Jersey. I'm in Cali. That's West Coast, East Coast. That's two totally different parts of of America right there. So yeah, and we way away. We on the completely opposite side. So that's weird to me. That's a little weird to me. And I also I got a little test for the collective. At the end of that, what movie is it where the mailman just pop in and go, message, the whole movie? What movie is that? I just need the collective to let me know what movie it come from. Classic though, classic. Let me know what movie that is.
Verses in the Bible that I think might be dealing with literal extraterrestrial hybridization and gifting humanity the light back to humanity is actually found in one of the most famous verses of all time in John 3:16. Check this out. Warning, once you get this, you can't go back. Like, you can't go back to the old way of reading this verse or other scriptures. Once you see how I do this, you're going to start doing it every single day, and it will literally change your life. But again, be warned, you have to deconstruct a whole lot and let go of a whole lot of things emotionally, with the way you were raised, with your belief system. So here we go. John 3:16, for God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten son, that whosoever believes in him shall not perish but have everlasting life. Okay, we've all heard that. You probably heard it 1,000 times at church. I know I did. Not only did I grow up in the church, but I also worked in ministry for many, many years. This verse always meant the same thing to me. Jesus was unalived for my sins because I'm a dirty, rotten sinner, and that's why I'm going to go to heaven someday. However, as a fully deconstructed individual, by the way, this is not a religious channel whatsoever. I am and forever will be exploring the actual supernatural experiences that everyday people like you and I have all the time, not just reserved for Bible times, but I believe is still happening today. If you vibe with that, follow for more in the series. Now, what I think this verse actually means is hidden within the Greek text. The word Jesus uses for God is theos, which actually means supreme divinity, aka the supreme being or consciousness of the entire universe. Now, this is not unlike the word Elohim used in the Old Testament. However, Elohim is really used for the gods in a lot of ways, and the word theos is really denoting divinity, either in general form or in the supreme divinity form. And of course, when Jesus used it, he was using it in the supreme divinity form. Here's where it gets weird. He gave his only begotten son. Now, only begotten here does not just mean only, like we've been told. It actually comes from the Greek word monogenes, which means one of a kind or unique. The word huion, which is son, actually means kinship. So we can reread the verse as, the supreme divinity so loved the cosmos that he gave unique kinship, that whoever believes in himself shall have perpetual life. And him comes from the word auton, meaning the self.
Oh my God, I have never, ever in my life seen anything this creepy. There must be a dead fish in there.
I don't know, but there's one over in the house there.
And they are blocking access.
They're moving around.
Look at that, y'all. Check this. Y'all see these birds? Right. This is literally a sign. This is an omen. What are they telling us? Check it out. She says that there must be a dead fish. Ain't no bird does this over no dead fish, especially if they're not over the prey. Right? The birds are doing exactly what they're supposed to be doing, just like this Egyptian falcon is doing. Got their wings up. You see the wings are all colors, right? All these different type of colors, meaning getting these rays, these sun rays. As you can see in the talons, it got the unk on its talons, right? Because it's catching them, handing them at the same time, because got the red sun in its talon, the red sun on the top as well. I believe these birds are sending us some messages because animals communicate with us through these messages. We just don't understand what they mean because we have lost our method of communicating with these animals. And in order to understand what they're saying again, we must look at these signs and the symbols and try to understand or decipher what they mean. So I'm just sharing information with you guys. This video is strictly for entertainment purposes only. I am only raising awareness to interesting situations during these interesting times. Let me know what you guys think about this video. Like, comment, and share for more videos like this. You already know what to do, y'all. Thank you for tuning to my frequency. Let's get this shift. Peace in.
That's kind of dope. It's just interesting. It's interesting right now to see all the stuff that we get to see. Like, if you know what that means when a bird does that, spam it up in the comments. I need to know. I would love to know. And how you found it. Let me know how you found the information, please. I need to know. That's kind of dope. Like I said, it's interesting. I never seen nothing like that before, and we get into a time frame where, like, we getting to see stuff that maybe our grandparents didn't get to see, or maybe even paid attention to. So, it's dope to me. That's dope. How y'all feel about the last clip? I agree with him. I agree with him, man. Somebody could disagree. It won't change my perception. I've been through certain things now, and yeah, like how he says, he was raised in the church. I was, yeah. I had other questions. A lot of my questions are starting to get answered now. And I'm looking not somewhere different, but I'm looking all over the place, and I'm questioning more things than ever. I always have. But now I'm actually on a different path where I'm walking a certain way, and it's starting to show me a lot. So I agree with him. I'm getting shown something different. Some people could be told something different and believe it. Some people could read something and feel otherwise. Me, I'm actually experiencing something different. So I'm speaking from my experience. But everybody has a different experience based off what they think, which also projects out and manifests. Different experiences for different people. Your perception is your reality, not mine.
So Vince McMahon is about to go down, and everything he has done is about to actually come to light. What does that mean for the superstars we loved growing up? Stone Cold Steve Austin, The Undertaker, Triple H, The Rock, Shawn Michaels. Like, and those are just a handful. Like, these are superstars that were very, very, and still very, very close to Vince McMahon. You gotta believe that they knew shit was going on. And there's rumors, I mean, Triple H has been name dropped now, but like Undertaker, Stone Cold, Rock, and all of them haven't yet. But you gotta think, like, were they involved in any type of way? Or did they know about things that were going on? Like, it's crazy to think about, because with all this shit that's about to hit the fan, and it's gonna hit the fan, because when Mr. McMahon goes down, when Vince goes down, you know all the shit that he paid money to go away is gonna reopen. All that shit's gonna come back to him. That happened decades ago. And now you gotta think about all these wrestlers that could have been involved or knew about shit that was going on. Like, man, it's going to be opening a big can of worms. And in my opinion, man, it's going to go down as one of the craziest stories in American history, because if all this shit comes to light, dog, can you imagine how much shit has been going on? Bro.
Brushing the moon surface. They created a huge painted canvas and hung it from the ceiling. They also had a mobile camera on rails and could move the camera up to the screen to mimic the landing. This is the true magic of the moon landing. To be honest, it was a true masterpiece of the technology of the time. This is the result, our approach to the lunar surface, original footage. Bonus, take a look at this picture of Apollo 17 from ESA, European Space Agency. Notice the different colorization of the background and the foreground, because this here is a real set, is a real stage, real rocks. This whole rock formation is real, but the background, inclusive the asteroid, is just as part of a frontline projection screen. Notice there is no depth. The stones, the shadows, everything here, it looks like flat because it is. It is just projected to a frontline projection screen. I'm going to paint where the difference is. Everything above this red line is just the screen, and everything below the line is the set with the real objects. And see, everything below this line is a real set. Everything above this line is just a projection screen.
So, from this point out in all the videos, when we discuss flat earth or moon landings, ice walls, anything like that, it's not to disagree or to prove fact to globe believers. The reason why now this what I'm on. Other people could disagree. The reason why I would bring it up or show these topics and videos and clips and all that is so that we can start questioning about what's past the ice wall. We can't no longer focus on the people who want to disagree with us. It ain't about them. It ain't that ain't what it's about. Now it's about the information and what we're gonna do with the information to expand for our younger generations, so we don't fail them, for us, so we don't fail ourselves. Now we need to start really trying to get to the nitty gritty of, is it land? If it's flat, we gotta make sure it's land over there. Hollow earths, all these different topics. It ain't about making somebody agree with us. They gonna pick up when they pick up, if they decide to pick up. You can't waste your time on that. We gotta focus in on the message. Once we get the message and the knowledge, then we can make our conclusions. Some of us might even get a chance to see it one day. Who knows, man? You never know. Like I said, manifestation is something. It's something, bro. It can happen. So that's why I'm saying, like, we need to no longer focus on arguing with the people who think it's otherwise. We gotta focus on the mission now. We gotta focus on the mission now. We gotta get answers, and that's all I'm saying. We can't believe in NASA. Other people can. It's free will. Remember, let them have their free will. We got our free will, and we gonna choose what we gonna choose. Now let's move forward. No longer will we disagree with them.
The key to love is also loving yourself. Now, love is a very complicated thing. Look at love like a game. Everything is a game. Look at love like a game. If, in order for your partner to respect you, you have to respect yourself. But in the same context, you also have to compromise for them. So it's a very complicated idea. So, like, all right, look at it this way. If your lover disrespects you, there is a certain way you have to, I can't tell you how to deal with it, but there is a certain way you have to deal with it, as far as, like, okay, your lover says something to you don't like. Instead of getting angry, instead of leaving, which is never the answer because you'll never find love in leaving, that's pride. If you think with pride during your relationship, the shit won't work out, because then it'll just be an egotistical battle, And bro, I'm sorry to say it, women have far more pride than men. Men have pride, but women have pride, and it's hidden. But I respect women. I respect the woman's pride because it's a different type of pride.
Especially prepared.
Pay attention.
Where does that light come from? It isn't light. It's dust.
The gold particles I was telling y'all about earlier, bro.
I seen the black hand too. He had to move the black hand away. He did it real calm, like that happens often. Like as if that ain't no just out the blue situation. Like he knew exactly how to handle that. But yeah, it's unfortunate that it was a kid. I mean, wasn't that a kid? Yeah, it looked like a kid to me. But that's kind of just, yeah, it's weird, man. We didn't have, I mean, for me, these last couple videos we didn't hit, they've been a little bit, as far as like the reptilians and talking about the kids, man, I think it was the first video. Kind of gut wrenching, like, ugh. It just doesn't make sense, man. But I'm not one of them, so it's not gonna make sense to me. But shout out to the collective, man. We made it to the end of this video. I appreciate y'all if y'all stuck all the way through. If you haven't already, please like, comment, subscribe. Hit that bell so you always notified whenever we drop them uploads, man. I know we coming with them 4 videos a week. And this for entertainment purposes as well. When you like and comment and subscribe to the channel, it helps us grow, man. It helps us get bigger. That's when people who like this type of content tap in. But until I see y'all in the next one, man, we gone.
I just check my account, sheesh, at the amount.